Loveline. It's time for Loveline.
You know, there's going to be sex, drugs, rock and roll.
The crowd seems to love this.
Careful, it's slippery. I had it flash.
Hey, only on 92.1 KFMA. Green Valley, Tucson. Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191 with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. I'm Adam Carolla, and that's Dr. Drew. Did I say that part already?
No.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Fax number, 310-854-4455.
I give the phone number out? No, I didn't do that. I screwed my order up tonight. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the phone number. There you have it.
And the guest.
Jon Cryer is our guest tonight. Jon is...
I am board certified in the art of loveology.
Jon is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to want to meet, I think. I haven't seen his dark side yet, and I don't plan on it. Not tonight, at least. Jon was here. We were arguing about this a few nights ago. We figured about a year ago. Pompous of Love, I think, was maybe what we were talking about a year ago, or was that the time before?
That was the time before.
It was?
Yeah, time is flying, man.
Well, what were we talking about last time? Getting personal?
You had a live show or something last time.
Yes. No, I was doing Getting Personal, which was a sitcom for Fox.
Right, which was around, it was was that around for like 2 years?
That was, yeah, it was around for, well, a year and a half. They put us on, took us off, put us on.
Right. Yeah, it was. I always tell Drew I can't figure out with mid-season replacement and then shows that come on, like Nightline or Newsline or Dateline or what the hell that Al Franken thing. Lateline. They come on for 6 episodes and then they're gone. But don't worry, they'll be coming back in 5 years. Then I sit here and it's like you have to tally it all up. Well, you did a third of a season in '89. Yeah. You did 2/3 of a season in '93, so that's a full season. And then you did a half season last season. So I think we're up to like 1.5 seasons.
Yes, you're almost exactly right.
Yes,
April '98 when he was last year.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little over a year.
Oh, really? All right. Good. Well, anyway, we miss Jon. Every night Drew comes running in and yells, "Is Jon here tonight?" No.
I feel your pain.
Then he cries.
Who made this list? Mike, you make this list? He's got a list of all the guests we've had. In alphabetical order.
Wow.
Well,
what, in the last year?
It's just you're in the,
All right, well, let me give a plug for Jon's latest project. You ready?
Go ahead.
Oneonta.
Yes. Well,
is that right?
No, the title is 900 Oneonta.
Yeah, but I got the Oneonta part, right?
Yes, you did. You said
I was so focused on that. A retard could have got the 900. 900 Oneonta.
Yes, you did it again.
Thank you. Now tell us about that play.
This is a play that I did in London a couple years ago, and it's a wonderful, amazing American play that nobody would do here because it's impossible to describe.
Well, why wouldn't they do it here?
They wouldn't do it here because it's foul, it's hilarious, it's mean-spirited, it's dark, but you still care about everybody in it. It's a strange, amazing thing. And, it's like, I have to say, I've been, I go to plays occasionally, and let's face it, they're boring.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to one in years.
See, this is why. Because they're boring. And this is a play that actually blows you out the back of the theater. It is an amazing show.
Hold on. I wasn't listening. You get blown in the back of the theater?
You get blown in the back of the theater.
What theater is it at?
It's at the Odyssey, Drew.
It's at the Odyssey. And then we're actually blowing people in the back of the theater. And that's I think that's an added bonus.
And let me, bonus is right. Let me give the phone number out if you're in the L.A. area. Or you're in, well, you wouldn't be able to see it in England anymore, and we don't get that far anyway. 310-477-2055 is a number you can call to get some tickets. We'll give that number out throughout the evening. Where's that Odyssey Theater?
It's on Sepulveda, just north of Olympic, actually, in a darkened corner. It's a big blue theater. It's actually a great theater.
Oh, is it by that complex? There's like a there's like a complex there, isn't there? I thought I saw
there's a sports
LA
Sports World,
mega sport complex
that's right
galaxy thing. Yeah,
right.
That's up there.
I think I saw like the Capitol steps there or something once.
New World was just a block. Remember Old New World we used to do business with?
Right.
Yes.
Right. That was the old Loveline folks over there. All right. So, how many seater is?
It's a 99-seater.
Right. Yeah, 90.
And we're blowing everyone in the back of the thing.
John will be there. Wet nap and knee pads in hand.
Let's go on here.
All right, ready to move forward here, Joe?
Yes. Maria, 20.
Hello.
All right, what's going on?
Hi, John. This is Maria. I've read your play, or I've read 900.
No.
Yeah, it's a great play. You're right, though, but everybody gets offended too easily nowadays.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Well, what is the most offensive part of it?
Well, there's. Well, you go, Maria. You tell them what offended you.
Well, I guess it's not really offensive. I mean, hello, I come from the state with Jesse Ventura. You know.
I was just up there last week.
Oh, really?
On Saturday. Everybody's pissed off at Jesse.
God, well,
What did he do this week?
Every day he's doing something that embarrasses him. I tell you something. I'll go on record. He's going to do something that will make you guys happy. The guy really means well. He's just a little rough around the edges.
Well, yeah, I think he totally came into it meaning well, but he just came into it a little bit short of like the politician's standpoint. I think he's a great guy and everything. But
He needs to figure it out.
Well, here's my fear, quite frankly. If Jesse fails, then we'll never get another wrestler elected.
Awful.
You know what I mean?
Imagine that.
Ken Shamrock, Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Iron Sheik. None of these guys are ever going to make it.
Now, Drew and Adam, are you going to vote for Hulk Hogan for president, though?
Oh, is he actually going to do that?
Huh?
He's actually going to do that?
What, did Pat Paulson die or something?
He did, actually.
Oh, he did. Oh, I want to give my condolences to the Paulson family for that last statement.
Maria, what's the question? What's going on?
Okay, I have a little problem going on with the guy that I've been seeing. We stepped into it way too fast and just kind of fell over and, did everything.
Right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, now I told him that I wouldn't have sex with him anymore because I have problems stemming from the past and stuff like that.
What happened?
All that good stuff.
What happened?
Sexual abuse from, I guess, guys.
Starting at what age?
Oh, God. Probably about 16.
That's not sexual abuse.
Well, my first sexual experience was a negative one.
What was it?
Where I was forced to give oral sex.
How old were you?
13.
Okay.
And
yeah.
6'5", and I was shorter than that.
Have you had any
Jesse
treatment?
Ventura.
Have you had any treatment for that?
No, I'm seeking counseling now. My life is kind of wound down now, and I've gotten off of alcohol. And
how old was the guy when you were 13?
I think 18.
Wait, there's a whole... Maria's sort of glossing over a lot of stuff here.
Because there's probably more.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. No.
You're an alcoholic?
Yes, I am, and I've been sober for 2 months.
And you're in the program?
I am. I haven't found one that I fit into yet.
All right, you got to get a sponsor. Got to find a meeting you can relate to. And got to work those steps.
Do you really think that's super important?
Yeah, Maria,
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's super important. It is.
It's huge. Having that person to call in the middle of the night, makes all the difference in the world.
This all probably is just the result, and I say just lightly, of having an alcoholic family system and being an alcoholic yourself. And it's a unique...
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well,
none of my family has ever drank at all. I mean, I'm adopted, so I don't know about my...
Okay.
We get this every night. None of my family's alcoholic, but I'm adopted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, you don't... I mean...
Adopted is positive family history as far as I'm concerned.
Drew count... And Drew, explain that. Why?
Because think of the predominant circumstance in which there's an accidental birth that the easel is given up for adoption. It's often an addicted parent situation.
Right.
Okay.
And so you have that history. Though. What was happening in your family, though? So the adoption, dealing with abandonment issues related to that, some people have difficulty with. But what happened in your family system, the one you grew up with?
Oh, it was a great family. I gave them hell, but...
Why?
You're right, though, about the abandonment issues. That's where a lot of that came from. I guess.
Are you North American Indian, something like that?
No, actually, I'm Norwegian. God, I shouldn't really say this. It's kind of a weird mix, so people would be like, But I'm half Lebanese and half Norwegian.
Interesting.
So my dad was a foreign exchange student from Lebanon, and I don't know, my mom was just Olga.
Okay. All right. So you have these abandonment issues.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Hey now.
In terms of the highest probability of you fully coming out of this episode, if you can get to a program, develop a relationship with a sponsor, and get in some individual therapy, that together will work extremely well to help you deal with it.
These poor these families, they adopt these kids, and the kids go psycho on them on their 13th birthday. I wouldn't like want to adopt, but I'd like to lease a kid. That's what they should have. Like every 4 years, you could either re-up or you could take them back to the home.
I've seen some awful situations with some of these kids coming in from Europe and whatnot. To me, it is one of the paramount sort of confirmational experiences I've had about the attachment theory. The theory that if you don't have that shared system between the mother and the child that is consistently developed over the first 2 years of life, the brain doesn't develop in that part of the area, in that region, that allows attachment to occur. And these kids, if they have a rupture of that development, have no empathy.
Right.
None. Other people basically don't exist.
Yeah.
So if they get and they can't contain impulses, and they're angry, and they're labile, and they get an impulse to light the house on fire, and just do it.
Drew has said many times off the air that when he's in charge, he'd like all adopted children tagged so that he could follow and keep track of them and chart their movements. Right, Drew?
I think that's best.
Alan?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, it's kind of like this. I was a virgin up until 3 months ago, and I've been waiting for the right person, and I just got engaged. Well, we've had ever since the first time that I lost, my virginity, it's been like incredible sex and everything, and my problem is the fact that ever since that happened, whenever she's not around or something, I'm by myself, and I try and get myself off, I can't seem to come to an orgasm. But yet, if she does it herself, I can obtain one almost like immediately.
So what's the problem?
I like the obtaining an orgasm. Like he's going to a park to score. Hey, man, you got any sperm on you? Come out to the van. Trying to obtain an orgasm.
It's a serious problem, man. I'm like,
At least he didn't turn sperm into a verb like most of our callers do.
Yeah. Well, now, okay, so you're saying when you do it to yourself, it just doesn't feel like anything.
Well, he's all spent.
No, that's not the impression I got. I got the impression that when she's like out of town, or I don't know, is she a Shriner at a convention or something, or?
No, she's got 2 kids, and we both work different shifts. She works the third shift.
Do you feel guilty when you're by yourself?
Yeah, yeah, I guess that could be part of the problem.
Right. Okay. Wait. Let me ask a few. Let me ask some poignant questions here.
Poignant.
About masturbation, if I may.
Get ready for the poignants.
Let's see. All right, let's see where. Okay, were you masturbating before you entered this relationship?
Well, of course.
Yes, you were. Okay, are you a religious person?
No.
No. And you said you were saving yourself for somebody, but we don't know guys to save themselves, especially non-religious types. In other words, you were saving yourself, or you couldn't get laid?
Well, no, I had the opportunities because my cousins, tried to set me up quite out there nowadays, and then the fact that I've always been scared that if I, found somebody, I wanted to have somebody, whenever 40 or 50 years down the road.
Excuse me, he can't get laid.
He can't get laid. Thank you.
Hey, Dr. Drew, you're the one who's supposed to be saying that's good. That's good.
No, that was a lot of
that's can't get laid. My cousin was going to set me up. I didn't want to get crabs. Yeah. Alan, you're no lady killer, right? I mean, the chicks weren't fawning over you in high school, were they?
Actually, my cousins were the ones that tried to set me up. I never really. I had plenty of opportunities.
Okay, all right. All right. I blame my cousins as well, even though they're on the East Coast. All right, so hold on now, Alan.
Cousins that all have kids, or all have kids of their own, and everything like that. And
now she has a couple of children from a previous marriage.
No, not a marriage, just a previous boyfriend.
Okay, and. How old are they?
One's 5 and one is a year and a half.
Oh, 5. So is she a little bit older than you?
Yes.
Okay. And you're able to have great sex with her, but when you're on your own, you're unable to achieve an orgasm.
Exactly.
What was your image of a relationship before you got into this? Did you think...
my image of a relationship?
Hang on.
Somebody that...
Wait. Did you think you would never masturbate again?
No, I never really thought about it.
Dude, so what makes you guilty now?
I don't know. I guess it's the feeling that, to be honest, I really can't answer that question.
The feeling that what, though? Stay with that. The feeling that...
I'm sorry?
You said there's a feeling that, and you sort of shied away from that. The feeling is that, what?
Well, the feeling is, I mean, it's not like I don't want to try, or, that I don't want to attain an orgasm.
The feeling is?
I do, and it's just, I don't get the same feeling anymore.
Okay, Drew, I could have squeezed 2 off in the time it took you to get nowhere with the young Alan, we have no answer for you. There's something psychological going on.
The deal is, now here's the deal. No relationship is perfect, okay? Don't put so much fantasy into this relationship. You have needs, you take care of them, it's no big deal. It's not violating the perfection of this union that you've created and waited for. It's not going to be perfect. Just deal with her on her terms, who she is. She's a mother of 2, not a perfect person. She's got some stuff going on, I'm sure.
Well,
and, you...
Boyfriend, couple of kids, come on.
Alan's got some stuff, too, going on.
I'm not sure what Alan has going on. I mean, the thing that's most bizarre about this show is Alan is daddy to 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
He's better than most.
That's true. Well, he's a good guy.
Yeah, sounds like a good guy.
But this is why you don't get married at 19, everybody. It'll
take the fun out of masturbation?
John, amongst other things. John, think about where your feeble mind was at 19.
At 19, I know. The mind reels.
I mean, could you imagine being married with a couple of kids at 19?
I cannot. That my parents were married with kids at 25 freaks me.
Right.
And
look what happened.
I know. Well, see, there you go. I'm living proof that.
No, but I mean, think about your mind at 19 having a 5-year-old and like a 3-year-old and being in a marriage.
I can't.
Oh, of course. I can't take care of my 6-year-olds. I'm freaking out.
Yeah. 40. Danny.
Yeah.
You're 15.
Yeah, I'm a freshman at Leland High School, and what happened was there has been a couple threats that what happened in Littleton, Columbine, is going to happen at our school.
What state are you in?
California.
It will.
Where in California are you?
San
Jose.
San Jose. Okay.
I'm sure this has been taken very seriously, right?
Yeah, like the principal went over the PA system.
Right.
And like a couple of my friends and like a lot of people, a lot of the students are like freaking out, saying like, "Oh, I'm not going to come to school on like Friday and Monday."
Do you guys know who the perpetrators are alleged to be?
A couple. Well, over the past couple of days, I've seen a couple kids like wearing like long trench coats, black ones, and
Wouldn't it be incumbent upon the school to like nab those kids and toss their butts out for even? It's like a bomb threat to walk around like that.
Oh, Drew, the ACLU would be all over you so fast. You can't tell 15-year-olds how to dress. Come on, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
What?
What's he saying? What the hell was that on? Danny?
on the phone.
Who was that?
That was my brother on the phone.
Wow.
He's being an idiot.
Oh, okay. Well, we were talking over him. So.
Yeah.
So what's going on? So are you scared to go to school?
Not that, but like I'm probably just not going to show up on Friday because like everyone's like saying, oh, they're going to come and like shoot everyone in the school and like bomb everything. But I don't know.
I think there's a certain. Am I nuts? But I think there's a certain amount of mass hysteria going on.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I mean,
people that are going to do that kind of thing do it. They don't
talk about it and announce it. Yeah.
Well, there's sort of two ways to approach it. One is it is mass hysteria, but on the other hand, it's the fact that people hear about it ups the chance of it happening again. It's still minute, but it upped it higher than it was the week before anything happened,
there
right?
Is potential for copycat.
Yeah, well, I always wonder about that. Is some kid going, smacking his forehead going, what a great idea,
There is...
He's probably feeling like he was scooped.
Infectious disease sort of... The Centers for Disease Control will occasionally look at these little outbreaks as contagious outbreaks. Suicide, copycat suicides, copycat violence. And there is a contagion. The TV is a fomite.
Hold on, let me write that down. What a fomite. Well, technically, the TV is a fomite too. What a fomite is any object,
inanimate object
that can sort of harbor a disease,
a bacteria or something.
So if you licked your TV, you could get something. But they mean, but with the way. So here's what I mean. Like when I take a mint and throw it down on a piece of carpet, and then I pick it up and eat it later. Drew labels the mint becomes a fomite
at that point.
At that point, yes. Thank you, Drew. See, 3.5 years, that's all I've learned from this show. Look, just keep the goddamn mint in your mouth. That's what I'm like. Tom?
Hey, guys.
You're 22.
Yeah, got some problems with the roommate.
All right.
About a month ago, me and my ex-girlfriend broke up, and they started having this really big friendship, and now they're going out. And at first she, like...
A month ago? Wait, a month ago you broke up?
Yeah.
And he's currently...
Already?
Wait, he's currently your roommate?
I mean, it's only been going on 3 weeks.
And you guys are... So a week... Wait, let's look at the timing right here. A week after you broke up with your girlfriend, your current roommate started dating her.
Yeah.
Oh,
see?
They were talking and stuff, and he came to me and asked me if I would mind.
She asked
We were only together a little while, so I said, I probably won't mind.
How long were you together?
Oh, about a month.
Oh, what are you being subjected to, though?
Oh, a lot.
Oh.
It wasn't a great breakup.
You're not hearing them have sex in the next room, are you?
I am.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
It wasn't a great breakup, because what happened was, I tried to work things out with one of my ex-girlfriends. She came over, and we talked a bunch of things out, and she didn't appreciate the fact that she came over.
And that's why you broke
up. This girl never
up.
trusted me at all. I mean, you have to do each other, even if it takes a while to build up trust.
So some of this is in your face. Some of this is intentional.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We got to take a break. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Why can't a guy hate somebody for being like that? Instead, they want them more.
Oh, you mean wants the woman more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should hate her for this.
He's probably like hearing through the wafer-thin hollow core apartment door. Slow down, Larry. I'm not used to this. Slow down. Oh my God, it's so big. Oh, it's so horrible being 19. Or actually 22. But 19 sucks. So, all right, Jon Cryer's here. We'll get back with Tom, try to figure out what he can do with his roommate, his girlfriend, his life, and his God after this.
Okay, so come on down off the towers.
This is not your parents.
Hey there. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. I always call her MTV's Kennedy. I don't know what else to call her. Our friend Kennedy will be in here tomorrow night. She's really turned into a pretty good friend over the years. I don't know how the hell we got hooked up, but Drew, you've been friends with Kennedy for a long time, right?
Years. She used to follow this show, which she'd broadcast at Carolla.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She would.
I remember that.
She'd be here basically every night and just sort of sitting at the end of the show.
You'd be there, you mean. Kennedy will be in here tomorrow night plugging away on her book, and then the Dixie Chicks on Thursday night. No one's going to want to miss that show because there's plenty of tomfoolery planned.
Whatever.
I had a wonderful experience with the Dixie Chicks.
Have you spoken to them since that all broke, as it were?
No.
So does she really know what was going on?
Not the full extent of what went on.
Well, I'm in the dark, I have to say.
I was invited by Natalie, the lead Dixie, to go to the Grammy Awards a few months back. I'd never met the gal before, but it sounded like a good time. Well, I thought it was a good idea. I did. My girlfriend thought it was a wretched, horrible idea.
Questionable.
And Adam, in his empathic style, was blown away that she would have an issue with this.
Listen, Drew, if you you got to lay the law down every once in a while, brother. That's why
I'm going out with this girl. I'm going to have sex with her. Is that what you're doing?
I'm going to the Academy Awards with Salma Hayek, and you can't stop me.
Drew, hold on. Oral sex. First oral. Okay, you left out a big word
now. That's no longer defined as sex, right?
Oh, well, then it makes sense.
No. I said, listen, we're all professionals here. I'll go to the Grammys, hop in a limousine, and I got to go to work that night. It was, I don't know, it was like on a Wednesday night. Yeah. I mean, how much mischief could you get into? I couldn't go to any after parties or anything. I was just going to go to the Grammys, and then I had to go to work.
Had to come here.
I told her, I have a girlfriend. I got to go to work that night. I'd be glad to go as your escort, and then I'm going off to work. So as it turns out, they sent this huge stretch limo. Dickie from the Boss Tones was in town. We were hanging out. He went in the limo with me. We had a great time, and I just sort of sat with them, and then they won a couple Grammys, which was very uncomfortable because I knew my girlfriend would be watching, and so when they won, I had to look sort of indifferent. Because
you couldn't look happy.
I was
couldn't jump up and hug him.
I couldn't jump up and hug him, so I was sitting right next to her. I was sitting right in the middle of all the Dixie chicks only one. I was like, hey.
Not bad.
I did one of those things like, like when
six-shooter.
When a guy hits like a three-pointer out at the park, shooting hoops, you give him one of these. Hey, all right, nice work. Yeah, you give him one of these, So I got past that all right, but then my buddies from work decided to play a little practical joke on me. I'm working in an office filled with guys who really, they're pagans essentially that follow no rules, and they started sending me flowers and underpants and 6-foot sub sandwiches and
notes. Please call me.
Lots of notes. I miss you. I want to see you again. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So
he called her. They videotaped the whole thing.
It was a great conversation. No, they didn't videotape the first phone call. The first phone call was from my car on the way in here. One of those. And it was sort of, she must have been confused because it was like a, listen, honey, I appreciate the car and the flowers and everything, but, I'm spoken for. There's no reason why we can't be friends.
So uncomfortable.
I understand it must be tough on you. You're only flesh and blood, after all.
Yes.
So she
has needs.
She was she was like, well, okay. But the panties and the sandwiches and the novelty size Mrs. Fields cookies and the notes, they just kept coming. So then I had to make the call from the office, and that was quite tragic. It really was.
Oh, wow.
It really was.
I had no idea it was an epic.
Oh, it was great. You know what? On top of the 6-foot sub, there was a sign, like about the size of a for sale sign you put on a car with a big, like, stick in it, and it said, "I will not be ignored." And I was like, holy Christ, this chick is nuts. On the other hand, boy, I must be good looking.
Did you eat the sandwich?
Of course.
Hell yes.
Actually, the second question was, what's in the sandwich?
I'm such a retard, too, because I remember thinking when the 6-foot sub came, I remember thinking, Giamello's, hey, how'd you know I like that place? Jimmy ordered the sandwich, Such a retard, Once you get going on something, you just get going. But the 6-foot sub was diabolical because that's such a twist. You know what I mean? It's like a mad scientist would come up with that because it's just so it's so screwy. It's real,
Right.
So then the second phone call came, and that was real difficult.
We will relive that one on Thursday night.
Yeah. Thursday night,
I'm looking forward.
Yes. But speaking of tonight's guest, by the way, who's no slouch, Jon Cryer's here. Now I'm going to pronounce this again. He is in a play called 900 Oneonta.
Yay!
Yes.
That's a third time tonight.
Thank you. And it will not be the last.
Now, is it Oneonta or Oneonta?
Oneonta.
Oneonta. And you can see it at the Odyssey Theater.
Yeah.
Tickets for the Odyssey Theater, the number for that is it's a 310-477-2055. Ready to go here, Drew?
Yes.
Drew, you're such a clod, I had 2 more digits to go on the number, and you had to go, all right, smack your hand down twice on the board.
Well,
you know what I'm saying, Drew?
Somebody has to crack the whip here, and I understand. I am a shill. I am here, because I want to help people, and I want people to see my play.
Well, we'll do both then. Tom?
Tom's got the roommate with his ex-girlfriend who were torturing him.
He's got a real problem.
Now, why did you hate this woman?
Well, what happened was, when we broke up, what had happened is I had invited my girlfriend before her over to talk things out, because when we had broken up, it had been just horrible, okay? And the new girlfriend didn't like the fact that I had the other girlfriend over to talk
You
things
told
out.
us that. Yeah, you told us that.
Yeah, well, because of that, I said, you haven't trusted me with anything. Yeah, it takes a while to build trust, but you haven't even given me the benefit of doubt of anything.
Look, this woman is somebody you should hate, basically. She's somebody you
hate her?
dislike.
Well, which one? The first girlfriend or
The second one.
The one that's mistreating you.
I really hate both of them, so it doesn't really...
All right, fine, good. We hope you hate all women, and there's a valuable lesson to be learned here.
They'll suck. Well, either way,
Right.
after that, her and Patrick started talking a lot, and then a week later they started dating.
Yeah.
And At first, I mean, I didn't say anything. It started sucking more and more and more, and now we don't even talk to each other. We just leave nasty notes for each other.
You and the
and
roommate.
it makes it even worse. We work at the same place, too. So
where do you work?
Arby's.
we work at Sears. He works in the TVs, and I work in vacuums.
Oh, well,
So
see,
we have
that explains it.
Yeah, so we have to sit there and look across from each other the whole day.
Oh, God, torture.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sorry, man. Well, now, so moving out is not an option?
I have to wait till my lease is over, man.
Oh, man, it's
Listen, you two better just bury the hatchet.
Yeah,
you really
you
should.
got to find a way to
You
reestablish.
gotta have one of those like Michelob moments where you sit down, crack a beer, and say, "Listen, brother, I mean, we're going to be under this roof for a while.
Yeah.
Let's maybe agree to disagree, but let's cut the tension here."
And Tom, Tom's got issues with women. He makes some pretty interesting choices.
Yes.
And ends up hating them.
Well, I imagine the roommate's making some interesting choices, too, because he's seen this woman not be, all that reasonable.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yet
this guy,
he
I
goes
think
for it as well.
this guy is awful to his roommate and is mad at his roommate for being hurt.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right. And, Tom has a couple things going on a couple fronts. One is he's got the situation with the roommate and the women. And another thing is the natural tension between the vacuum department and the TV department, especially when you're at Sears. You're all vying for that same coveted, I don't know what you're vying for.
Well, it's the Hoover upright versus that 17
Zenith.
Zenith.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Fabled and sung.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Alabama going against Clemson. It really is. It's a rich tradition steeped in pageantry. Hey, Mandy.
Hi.
You're 21.
Yeah. Okay, I've been listening to the show for a while, and I remember you saying that you went on vacation or something, and you found that toilet seat that you fell in love with the bidet in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just had a water jet in it, sprayed in your ass.
It's a bidet.
Well, yeah. Okay,
warm
listen
water.
to this, though. I found in this magazine. There's this magazine from. It's called Stuff.
Ass aficionado? Oh,
no.
Stuff? Okay, go ahead.
No, it's from Maxim. It's called Stuff, and on page 36 they have this toilet seat that you can buy for $699 called the Zoe toilet seat. It's heated. It sucks the smells away.
Well, wait a minute. No, I don't need that.
No, but
I want one to enhance the smell.
You want to luxuriate in
Right.
the aroma.
Okay, but listen.
Yeah.
And then finish your business or the story with a remote-controlled bidet nozzle, which has 3 pressure options, slides out to hose down your southern exposure.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a 1-800 number that you can call to order it if you want it.
So this is a public service announcement? Is that what you want to just want to help Adam?
We were in New York.
Take a bite out of
I'm enhancing Adam's,
We were in New York 2 months ago, and you swore you were going to get that.
I know. Well, maybe tonight's the night I make my move. Hey, Mandy?
Yeah.
Can I put you on hold?
Sure.
I don't want to give the 1-800 number out. The other people will call it, and they'll tap out of seats,
Run.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold.
Okay.
Hey, Sherry, Mike, get the number. What'd you think? We're staying at the Riga Royal, and I found this toilet seat that squirted water, and I fell in love.
Oh yeah, it makes it's a new world.
I mean, I fell in love. It's like I heard that music, and then I closed my eyes, and me and the toilet seat were running at each other in a big field of clover, and then we grabbed each other and spun around, and it was squirting water. It was huge.
I imagine.
All right, what do you got there, George? I can't even read that. Kelly?
Yeah, hi.
What's going on? You're 19?
Uh-huh. Well, 2 years ago, I found out that I had an ovarian cyst. And since then, I've been having sex with my boyfriend, and every single time, I would just start bleeding, just out of nowhere. I don't know if it's because he has a piercing on his genitalia, or if it's because it has to do anything with the cyst.
Now let me get this all straight. Well, first of all, pretty much everybody gets a cyst at some point. You understand that?
Yeah, but I have in both ovaries.
Do you have multiple cysts?
Yeah.
So you may have something called polycystic ovarian disease. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a lot of body hair?
Me? No, not really. I'm Asian.
Well, but that's part of the Stein-Leventhal syndrome oftentimes.
Oh, well, no, I don't have any body hair.
Are you overweight at all?
No, actually I'm not.
Underweight. So you may just have had simple cysts, right? They went away.
I'm not sure. I haven't gotten checked out.
Okay, so ovarian cysts are very normal. You understand that? And pretty much everybody gets them at some time or another.
But why is it that I'm bleeding every time?
But if you had polycystic ovarian disease, which is a different thing, you might have a tendency more towards bleeding. If you have recurrent cysts, again, there can be excess estrogen levels around, and that can predispose to bleeding. So there's that possibility. And now let me clarify what happens to you. Do you just get spotting every time you have sex, or do you actually have a full period every time?
No, spottings.
Spotting. Some women just have spotting when they have sex.
Oh, really?
Now,
Are you petite?
I'm very, very petite.
Oh, I tell you, I love those Asian women.
Why?
I really
I knew
do.
that was coming.
Why
Why did
isn't-
I know that was coming?
I want an Asian woman.
I'm
Why?
only half Asian.
Why?
That's good. That half is good.
Why isn't he using a condom?
Because he has a Prince Albert.
Why isn't he using a condom?
Now, which is the Prince Albert? Oh, wait,
That's
just
the hoop through the
that's
urethra.
the hoop through the urethra.
Goes
Okay,
through
just making
the
sure.
penis and pops out the bottom past the head. It's horrible.
not pretty in any circumstance.
Oh.
Oh, well, maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't trust this guy.
She sighed awfully.
Of course not. He has a big.
Kelly, what's up with this guy?
I don't know.
What's he do? Besides drugs. Huh?
Oh, wait, is he there? Is he there?
No, he's not.
He's
Okay,
a what? Is a
check.
tailor?
Drug dealer.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a dealer.
Oh, Lordy.
I don't know.
For God's
You
sake.
don't know what he does?
No, I don't care either because he's not anything to me anymore.
Oh, okay. You guys aren't with each other anymore?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they're together. It's just.
Yeah, I'm just using him for sex.
What's up with you, Kelly? What's the deal? Why?
Oh no, he's just getting on my nerves and.
Kelly, what is going on here?
What do you do, Kelly?
I'm a hostess.
Oh, yeah, see, I'm getting some vibes.
Karaoke bar.
Really?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Hey, what city are you calling from?
Hollywood.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
So I want to get out and sing some of that karaoke. You know what my new karaoke song is, Drew? Vehicle. Great God in heaven, you know I love. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Huh?
Whatever.
Kelly, you were sexually abused when you were a kid? Yes, of course.
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear.
I don't know what you call.
I can hear something in your voice.
Yeah, we can pick up on it.
Plus, all karaoke things. I mean,
Yeah,
at least
that's
80% of people host
And you
karaoke.
got an abusive guy you're involved with, and he's God knows what he's exposing to, and God knows why you're not pregnant.
No, I don't like to talk about it.
Well, that's the point.
All right. So, what happened in your past, Kelly?
I don't know. I forget.
Oh boy.
Tonight you forget anyway.
Yeah. Some dad, stepdad, something like that.
No.
Hey.
More like it was like an older person that I thought would be my boyfriend.
Right.
Mhm.
How old were you at the time?
12.
How old was the guy?
Like 20.
Yeah. That's rape.
No, we didn't
yeah.
have sex. I mean, it was more like he made me do stuff to him. It was weird. And,
Yeah. That's rape.
That's right.
Oh, you guys are always asking the same questions.
Well, guess what?
All right. Well, anyway, listen, Kelly.
Mhm.
You probably have bigger fish to fry than the spotting.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Well, okay, then why does it hurt every time we have sex anyways?
Well, for one thing, one of the more common reasons for that is being anxious or unhappy with the sexual act.
He's got a chandelier at the end of his penis.
That's another
part of it.
You should find out, and God knows what you've been exposed to.
Yeah.
You got to get checked out again. Make sure there's nothing going on here.
If there's a guy at the bar one night singing Mandy or something,
that's the guy.
climb onto that guy.
You need a good gay man.
Yes,
that is
exactly. Just hang out, talk, and relax, and don't have sex for a little while.
We're going to take a little break. I'm going to sing the rest of Vehicle for John and Dr. Drew, and we'll be back after this.
I'm afraid.
Really? Why?
You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline will be right back.
92.1 KFMA.
And Jon Cryer is our guest tonight. He is in a play called 1-900 Oneonta.
Okay.
I put the 1 in there.
Thank you.
What does Oneonta mean?
You have to come see the show.
Okay.
It's an Indian word.
It's actually, it's an old Indian word, meaning I have not a clue.
And
I went to nursery school.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And what does that mean?
Some Indian
It's
tribe
some
lived
Indian
nearby.
word.
That's his Oneonta tribe?
It was there. They have an organization of Indians.
Yeah. They were in upstate New York. There's a town called Oneonta, and it's,
Oh. Yeah, I only know like the big three, Comanche and Cherokee and
Cheyenne.
Oh, maybe
Cherokee.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Only songs that Paul Revere and the Raiders have written, I should say Indian tribes that Paul Revere and the Raiders have written songs about or perhaps share. They're the ones I don't know.
Half-breed!
You can't work Oneonta into a song. Doesn't rhyme with anything. That'll be at the Odyssey Theater now through, June 20th?
Yep.
That's what I can see.
And I'll be there.
Is that weekend runs? Okay.
Yeah, well, it's Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay, that's a long weekend. Phone number for that, by the way, if you want to pick up some tickets, is 310-477-2055. Go out and support John on this and support the arts. And this is not a play. This is a play for people that don't like plays, right?
Exactly.
Good. But if you like plays, you'll hate it.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Yeah.
You're 15.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I have a boyfriend right now. We've been together for about 4 years. And, in the past 2 years he's been locked up because we stick together, and I didn't cheat on him or anything. But the reason he was in there was because he was involved. He was with some people that killed some people. And
That's nice.
killed somebody. And he's starting to get, really mad at me easy. And I'm scared.
You're wondering how to get out?
Well, no, it's not that. I'm just wondering, what should I do? Should I get out? Should I stick with him through it, or what?
You should get out.
4 years.
Because you're 15 years old?
Yeah.
Trust me, there are guys who haven't been incarcerated out there.
Well, they're mostly guys who've been incarcerated, but there's guys who are paroled that you could date.
Yeah.
Right? Guys, good behavior, things like that, work furloughs.
Yeah, get some white-collar criminals. That's a thought.
How old a guy is this guy?
He's almost 19.
Almost 19. And he's gonna be in for how long?
He's already out. He just got out.
Mm-hmm.
He was only in there for a little while. He got out on parole and because of good behavior, and he didn't actually commit the murder.
I think people should begin judging people by their actions and not overlooking their actions just because you feel so crummy about yourself that it feels so good to have somebody pay attention to you that you're willing to overlook anything.
Yeah, it's not about you being true to him or being a good person because you stuck by him. The fact is he was somewhere he really shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Where's your dad?
My dad, I haven't seen him since my 13th birthday.
What happened? What was he like?
Well, that was the first time I'd seen him in 2 years, and, I've really never had a father figure around.
What was he like when you did see him?
He was an asshole.
Of course.
Right. Okay, so...
He lied to me and everything.
Beautiful.
Great. So, I don't know why people are hell-bent on finding a more colossal a-hole than dear old Dad, but Lord knows you do.
They're out there.
Please don't do that to yourself, Jessica. Look at it this way. You have spent your time in assholedom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you've already had...
Asshole-ville.
Asshole-ville. Thank you. Which is right next to Solfang. You have had... You know what it's like firsthand to have a jackass in and out of your life who's a male.
Yeah.
And I know, like a moth to the flame, you're attracted to this, but please, honey, do not go through this.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Yeah.
All right. No, hold on. That's fine. You know what I mean? It kills me.
Yeah.
She's like in working like short order.
Well, what happens is for some reason people get caught up in this. They feel like the idea of being a good person is to stand by somebody who goes through bad stuff.
Yeah.
And
they don't assess reality, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels so good to have somebody caring about them, and they feel so worthless that it's hard for them to even imagine that somebody would care about them.
Yeah. I also
think they idealize that person.
They like the crisis sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They got a lot of that
the romanticism of,
the trauma.
My man's in jail.
And I think that we're starting to see some of the outcome of all the stimulation that young people grow up with today. Remember you and I were asking, what if you took a bunch of primates and showed them MTV for 10 years and see how they turn out?
I think I said VH1. So we're on MTV. Come on.
But it's interesting. When I gave a talk the other day, and I was planning to give a lecture, and about 10 minutes into it, I could see people just.
Well, that's huge, though.
But I grabbed a mic, got up in front of the podium, and they're back in again. The point is, they need the stimulation of the interaction, or they can't. They don't have the attention span to sit there and just listen to somebody for 30 minutes.
Well, my theory is we have evolved technologically faster than our brains have evolved.
Yeah.
Meaning, 100 years ago, forget about 100 years ago, 75 years ago, you sat on a porch and listened to some AM radio. Right? I mean, the biggest thrill in your life was, hey, everybody, Orson Welles is reading over the radio. Hold on. Stop rocking your chair, Grandma.
Let me get my medication. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was it. Hey, we're going down to the pond, everybody. I mean, now all you got to do is watch a Mountain Dew commercial, watch a Pepsi commercial, watch a video game, watch a movie, DVD, interactive this and that, internet. I think kids are getting overstimulated.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think our brains can possibly process all
that
information.
But then, because of that, in order to engage them, you got to
light yourself on fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
You want their attention. That old, remember the old, like, what used to work on us when we were in school? It's like, I'm going to turn the lights on and off, and everyone's like, oh, no, Christ, not that. Brain overload. Anything but the switch. Yes, what do you want? Could you imagine telling kids, like, I'm going to flip the light on and off? They'd be like, faster.
Play some techno music.
In the strobe effect. Mike, you got the vehicle there? Oh, yeah. Mike, I swear you got to tape this, because this is my new song. This is my new karaoke song, Drew.
Please don't sing it.
I swear to God I'm singing.
Oh.
A friendly stranger in a black sedan, won't you hop inside my car? I got pictures, Kenny, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest I'm your vehicle, baby. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. I'm your vehicle, mama. They need that mama. Sure you know I love you, need you, want to, got to have you, child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Yeah. That's hot, huh, Drew? Hey, Mike, get to the end. Get to the end, because that's the big crescendo.
No.
Yeah, there's a real big end here that really gets the chicks going. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Then I do the foot move. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
This is Loveline.
Loveline will be right back.
Hey there, it's Loveline. Drew, get back in here. We'll take a quick 10-second break, and we'll be back with more of the fabulous show in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station. The new rock. 92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Tucson.
That is a huge song.
One at a time.
Drew's never heard of Vehicle, neither's Jon Cryer. What is going on here? And knows Vehicle, for Christ's sake.
It's some kind of North Hollywood thing, I suspect.
That song was a top 10 easily for quite some time. And it was right in your wheelhouse. No, it was 1970.
Yeah, music was changing so fast.
Oh,
no,
please. Music was... That's just a big song. Sherry, you know Vehicle. I mean, it's a very popular song. Very popular.
I was not...
When did it come out? 1970?
Really? Yes.
I
was in
around
Denmark there, okay, and I know the song.
You were in Denmark in 1970?
Yeah, I was in Denmark in 1970, so...
Tell me doing there.
I wasn't in North Hollywood.
What were you doing in Denmark?
I was living there.
Oh, my God.
I had no idea.
Well, if you took the time to talk to me ever, you might get to know me. Yeah.
Adam, you asked what Danish was the other day.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, and then you insulted Solvang tonight, too.
Oh, yeah, that's where all the Danes hang out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they got that big split-pea soup factory over there.
Do you speak Danish?
No, when I came over here, I was fluent, though.
You speak nothing now?
I was 6, yeah.
Nothing.
Wow.
That's sad.
So you smoke all that pot. What?
Yeah.
You were there from 0 to 6?
No, 3 to 6.
Wow.
Where were you before that?
Here, Newport Beach.
Same place. Jeez, you don't speak any?
No, I understand it, but I don't really speak it.
Wow. Are those the prime? What are the big language years? 3 to 6, pretty good, right?
That's in there.
Yeah.
I mean, younger would be even better, but yeah.
Wow, that's great. You know, my nephew is half German, and his dad, Christoph, my brother-in-law. Every kid, the kid's 2 years old. Everything he says to him says in both languages.
Wow.
I'm starting to learn German just being around. It's a little annoying when you're hanging out, like you're trying to eat dinner, and he's going. And plus, it's a little confusing when the words sound the same. They just have a little different accent on it. But every word he tells them in German, English and German. Hey, you figure I wouldn't even teach him English. You figure learn English, right?
English is probably the most difficult language to learn.
I know, but we're living in a place where they speak it full time. Well, not Southern California,
I thought he was growing up in Germany.
No, he moved here. Sorry, didn't straighten that out. All right, what are we doing? Jon Cryer's here, everybody. He's got himself a play. But more importantly, he doesn't know the song Vehicle.
That's really what I'm here for.
Angelica?
Yeah.
You're 14?
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Okay, well, I got my clit pierced yesterday, and I've heard that either it takes all the sensation out while you're having sex, or it helps it, or whatever. And
Let's just so we can all win collectively. What year were you born?
85.
85.
Oh,
had your clit pierced.
Yeah.
Now isn't it even weirder?
I'm going to have my eyeball pierced.
Born
just have more pain.
Born in 85. He's already got the clit pierced.
So wait, now you had heard these two. you had heard these two rumors before.
Yeah.
And you still went through with it.
Well, yeah, I've wanted it done for like a year.
Okay, here we have. Let me first answer your question. What we mostly hear is that people have increased sensitization and then ultimately tends towards desensitization.
Yeah.
So for a while it's more and then it gets less. Typically, though some people say it stays more. Who the hell did this to you at 14?
Me.
Yourself?
God.
How do you do that?
I took a needle.
I swear to God, I pop a zit. I got to stay home the next day from work.
See, now, I'll tell you, I in a way, I hope you weren't drunk, but in a way, I really hope you were.
Just think what she could do with that. What's in your hand there?
I have a paper clip that I have unbent in my hand, and
Well,
Angelica, what happened to you?
What's up with you?
What do you mean?
Somebody beat you up or something when you were a kid?
No.
What happened?
Well, I had some stuff going on with one of my best friends when I was like 7 or 8.
She was sexual with you?
Well, yeah, we both kind of we would do stuff at our house when our parents weren't around. And it was like, we both got really into it for a while, and we stopped.
Where are your parents?
Well, what do you mean when?
Where? Are they together?
Yeah.
And is everything okay at home? Really?
Yeah.
No. Something. No.
So now, do you like women now? I mean,
no, I'm bi.
Yeah. Have you been with a guy?
No.
And never? So that you kind of being, with a guy is included in the bi thing.
Yeah.
But she's into that. She's into bi.
But yeah, it interests you at some point, just not at this point.
What, again, do your parents know you've done this?
I think so.
You think so?
I had a conference with my principal because I got suspended over something, and they found out through the conference.
Wait a minute. The principal said, "Oh, by the way, how's your clit?"
No. It was like the bi thing. They found out that, but the clit thing, nobody knows.
Are your parents involved in your life?
Sort of. I don't really like to communicate with them that well.
Why?
Because I really can't stand them.
Why?
Because my dad's like a total perv, not with me, but he got accused of molesting a 2-year-old.
Okay. Well, now your story's starting to make sense again.
It's all starting to come.
Yeah, I mean, you were a little while ago. You were saying, "Oh yeah, things are fine."
Perfect at home. Perfect. Leave it to Beaver.
You got the Beaver part.
I knew that was coming.
Well, it's part of my job. Yeah. Listen, Mike's like Uri Geller on that
He's
thing.
Good. Jeez.
He's like the Rain Man.
So, but now your father has not touched you.
No.
Oh,
no.
Well, good.
And what was the deal with him being accused of touching the 2-year-old?
We both used to work at this church, and he would help out with a whole bunch of group of little 2-year-olds that wouldn't go into the sanctuary. And he said that he didn't do it, but I really doubt his story.
Why do you doubt your father?
Just because I've caught him looking at porn on the internet, and he always admits to being attracted to women and stuff, and it's just
Well, women is one thing, little
Yeah.
kids is another, but I would
But-
suspect it fits with Angelica's story and that he probably did a little, had some improprieties with her at one point or another that she doesn't recall.
Do you think that's true?
no,
No. Okay. Don't remember anything like that.
not with him.
Well,
not with him?
With who?
Well, okay, when I was like younger, a lot younger, my neighbor kind of like did stuff, but
How old is your neighbor?
he was like 10 or 13 or something,
And you were how old?
like 6 or 7.
Oh, for God's sakes, I have to go home right now. My kids.
So let the kids out of the basement for
Lock them in.
Oh, lock them in. Yeah, sorry. All right, hey, listen, Angelica, here's what's going on. You're 14. You're just a kid. You really are. I know you've grown up fast. You've seen a lot. You've been involved. Like, God knows you've gotten more sex than I have. I'm 34 years old, for Christ's sake. But can you take it easy on yourself and sort of stop acting out and just, try not to get pregnant, try not to get a disease, try not to hook up with some guy who drives a van who's in his early 30s, I mean, do you have to sort of implode? Do you know what I mean? Do you have to F up badly?
Yeah,
Are you that hell-bent on effing up?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why?
I know you are. I know you are.
Why? Why can't you just move out of that mode a little bit?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
You know what it is?
You'll be a lot happier in the long run.
Listen, here's what it is, and I've been there myself. Your parent, the thing you're not interested in doing and what your folks would like the most. You're interested in doing what they'd like the least.
Right.
Yeah.
And being bi and getting your clit pierced and all that.
Up that way.
I know, but it's better. It's you know what it is.
It feels like you have control over your life, but really it's just a reaction.
Yeah, but
to
it's
them.
a reaction. It's like like those movies where the guys, he's like flying the plane and the evil villain is like sort of half unconscious in the co-pilot chair, and he's taking them both into a mountain, just laughing like a madman. It's like, you're coming with me. Better. It's better this way.
But again, her sense is I'm free and I'm rebelling against it. And in fact, she couldn't be more tied up, more stuck.
Your whole life becomes a mission to get back at your parents that you're horribly angry at through effing up.
Screwing yourself
up. Get hooked on drugs, go buy, get a bunch of piercings, get yourself pregnant, get a venereal disease, drop out of high school. All the things you know are going to piss them off.
It's like a compulsion to repeat the behaviors that were perpetrated against you.
Listen, you really want to get back at your parents and become horribly successful and then don't talk to them. That's the best way.
Right.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. Don't call, don't write.
Right.
But be very happy and very successful.
Yeah.
There you go.
Drive them insane.
Desiree, and don't let them visit their grandkids. Desiree, you're 16.
Hello.
And by the way, listen, all you crackpots that call this show or say to us from time to time, what is it? Why do you got to give everyone the third degree? She had a question about clitoral piercings. Why couldn't you just answer that? Why are you hell-bent on everyone who gets something done to themselves? Why are they all victims of molestation?
Because they are.
That's right.
Dr. Drew is right.
The day we talk to two people and get two no answers in a row is the day we're going to stop.
Yeah.
But until that day, I want to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
We're not sounding Jesse Raffi FNL
really
here.
What it is, it's like somebody calling up and has a question about a life jacket. Can you get it on in the water? And if the water's cold, and do you have to self-inflate it? And then you ask, well, why are you in the water?
Right.
No, don't ask that question. Don't ask that question.
Right. Why are you so convinced?
Mm-hmm. Why are you in the water? What wreck occurred that landed you in the middle of the ocean?
Right. And here's the thing, too, and then we'll get to you, Desiree. In almost every facet of the media, you can find people, whether it's Sally Jesse or Jerry Springer or whatever it is, tabloid papers, wherever you want, even the news, that are willing to just talk about the piercing part.
Right.
You can turn on any TV or any radio, and they can have long-winded discussions on that. Yeah. We're interested in getting beneath that and seeing what the hell's going on with people. And
other
if
shows
people don't like that, you can go F yourself.
Other shows,
including program directors, by the way.
You have piercings in your vagina. What would make you do that? Oh, I don't know. I just want to do it.
Okay, we're going to a commercial.
Yeah, exactly. I was just bored.
All righty. Well, you heard it. Boredom leads to vaginal piercings. All right, Desiree, what's going on with you?
Nothing.
I just wanted to tell you guys, you are two gods, okay? You don't even understand.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Adam, first of all, you are like the king of analogy, okay? And when you are in power, I will be your campaign manager, okay?
Well, yeah, by the way, yeah, I have to comment on that, too. His metaphors are stunning. Every now and then he'll say, what this is like is, and it's like when you're getting your car cleaned, and it's just stunning. It's always right on, and I'm stunned.
Thank you, John.
Well, I just thought I'd say that.
Let me give him a quick plug. Odyssey Theater, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
And I just wanted to tell Drew that my mom, she left my dad after 17 years of marriage. She was an alcoholic. And it was a domestic abuse situation.
Oh, boy.
And one night I was listening to your show, and you were just saying about how the girl always ends up with a drug-addicted boyfriend.
Right.
The pattern just repeats itself. And, like, something snapped in my brain. It, like, clicked. And I was like, oh, my God, all my boyfriends were like these drug-addicted, pierced freaks, and they were just weird. And I was like, oh, what Drew says is right. And so I changed the pattern, totally. I changed the way I thought, everything.
Fantastic.
And I listen to you guys every single night. You teach me so much about everything. And I just wanted to say that you guys do an awesome job. And I just love you guys. And my mom listens to your show, too, and she thinks you guys are great.
Oh, God bless your mom. To me, that's the highest compliment, is when moms listen and talk to their daughters about the stuff we talk about.
Really?
Yeah, or sons or whatever, right?
Yeah. To me, it's when strippers call it.
I know, it's when it creates a springboard for discussion, parents and children. That's an important thing. But here's the irony in Desiree's call, is that now she's going to pick guys that don't look like alcoholics, or buttoned down, nicely groomed, but give them a couple years.
They start boozing.
Well, but she's got to trust occasionally.
But isn't that is the
classic.
Well, that's what's so interesting about humans. They find this stuff. It's very hard to, unless there's some substantive emotional change. Obviously she's in much better shape than she was dealing with the antisocial types, but she's got to go do some Al-Anon work and change her emotional world a little bit, because she'll still choose guys, although different exterior, that have similar interior.
Yeah, just look for the hidden schnapps.
Yeah.
Audrey?
Hi.
He's 25. Oh, let me write that down.
Look for the hidden schnapps.
What's going on, sister?
First of all, John, you are so hilarious, and you're such a great actor.
Hey, thanks.
He is
I'm
a
not
good
a
actor.
god like Adam and Drew, but I am merely a demigod.
But he could certainly portray one on a movie of the week, or perhaps an indie film.
On stage at the Odyssey Theater. No, I'm sorry, but thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
You're welcome. I have a question. I have actually two quick questions. First of all, my boyfriend, who we've been together for a year and a half, we grew up together, and I am very affectionate. I really like being affectionate in public, really kissy, pawy, cuddly. He's very affectionate in private with me, but he isn't really into me being affectionate in public. And I'm wondering if I should lay off, or is it something that he could work on, or...
A little bit of both. A little compromise.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because some people, like I was with a girl once, and I'm not saying that this is your situation, I don't know, obviously, but I was with a girl who was always into demonstrating ownership. And that's what it was about for her. It wasn't about actual affection. It was about saying he's mine, which I was at the time, but it still felt like I was.
You're an object.
I was an object, and so and I didn't love that. Also, it was inappropriate occasionally, where it would just be, it's like, geez, the tongue up my nostril in the middle of, bullocks is probably not the place to do this.
Didn't you have a girlfriend who was in Europe or something last time you were here?
Yes, she was not the tongue up the nostril in bullocks, though.
Is she currently?
She is not, no.
Okay.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. I was molested, Drew. I was molested. And I keep going for European women.
Hey, Audrey. Listen, guys approach this a little bit differently than women. A lot of it is just it's a chemical thing, When guys, let me tell you something. It's true. When you're out with your lady, and you're like walking down the street, there's a little bit of a sense that you got to feel like you got to be on guard a little bit. Guys, it's an instinct. It goes way back to the caveman days.
Vigilance.
Yeah, you feel like you got to keep an eye out. You got to protect a little bit, and you don't want to get too gooey because
you never know when a mastodon's going to come along and you get gored.
Pterodactyl, something like that.
This kind of stuff happens all the time.
It's a little bit of guy instinct to kind of keep a lookout, and guys don't like to get too cuddly. Plus, other guys tend to make fun of you.
Because I take it really personally. I know,
but you say he's very affectionate when you're at home.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you got to get over that.
Okay.
I mean, I can understand if the guy's just sort of withholding and unable to be intimate, but if you say he's very intimate and very giving when you're at home, but he's not putting out when you guys are at the movie theater or on the way to the restaurant, that's something at 25 you should really sort of just get over.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you? I mean,
he can be sensitive to what her needs are.
But he doesn't have to slap her hand when they're walking down the boardwalk if she tries to put it around him.
Trollop?
Right. I mean, he can loosen up a little bit.
Yeah,
but
he could.
It's like, I can get a little prove it to me from Audrey, and I don't. A lot of you women, that's your problem. It's that prove it to me thing. The guy loves you, he's with you, he's affectionate when he gets home. And just relax. He doesn't need to prove it 24/7, right? All right, boys.
This is you're talking. You should put this on your personal rating system.
Yeah. Oh, I got to work on that. Mike. Wait, how old is Mike?
We don't know. Mike, how old are you?
27.
27. What's going on?
I was just wanting to ask Dr. Drew if you ever heard of anything called pee therapy.
Pee therapy?
Yeah, like it's supposed to have, like, your pee has medicinal values or something.
Oh, are you talking about drinking your urine?
Well, I heard of that, but I heard you could put it on, like, your cuts or your acne and you're supposed to clear you up or something.
Do you have acne?
No, well, my friend does, and she's tried everything, like, from Red Nay and all that other stuff.
Has she tried Accutane?
I don't know.
All right, acne is curable, or at least highly treatable in 1999. There should be no need to spill urine about your face and eyes.
Really?
No need. God knows what the urea content with the
for fun, sure.
That what the ammonia content would do to the eyes.
Well, I heard like it's supposed to have medicinal values.
No, Mike, no.
No, it doesn't.
Please, if really that kind of stuff had important medicinal values, we wouldn't need a pharmaceutical industry. There's plenty of pee around. There's plenty.
Yeah, but they even wrote a book about it. Like
Mike, they wrote a book. There are all kinds of books.
Yeah,
out there.
Anybody can write a book. For God's sakes. But there's.
I've never prescribed pee.
Yeah, there's a lot of sort of Eastern medicine, Eastern sort of mystic treatments, and one of them is the Ayurveda supposedly had. A lot of these things change over the years, and they sort of adopt new things and throw away old things. And actually, apparently, Ayurveda used to be about urine drinking.
Really?
And then they just decided that wouldn't go over all that big.
Who is this?
Ayurvedic medicine,
what is that?
Which is the Deepak Chopra and all that stuff. So,
oh, I see. Right. Live forever.
Yeah, it was a component of it, and they sort of realized, this is.
Well, he doesn't seem too screwy, Chopra.
I don't know. I don't know much about the guy, but I just find that these things change every now and then, and I'm.
Well, they change because people find out it's nothing. They got to get something else to see. It's like getting a shiny object. You got to get eventually they find out it's nothing there, and they got to get a new shiny object to catch people.
Let me tell you something. With all you screwballs with your aromatherapy. And your feng shui and all this other.
Hey, that works, man.
All this other nonsense you're into. All what is the other? All this herbal BS and all this other nonsense. Listen, it works to the extent that you're stupid enough or high enough to believe it works. Other than that, it doesn't work.
Yeah, a lot of this is belief.
Sure.
The scientists have a name for it, the placebo effect, which is that a lot of medicine has to do with people believing that it works.
But some things do have effects.
Yeah, and
the reason, and when they do, beyond placebo effect, it's because there's a chemical there.
Yeah.
Pee on this stick for me. Thank you, Drew. Now you're in the realm of pharmacology again. So what difference is where the chemical comes from? So.
Oh yeah, but listen, some Asian guy in a bathrobe gave it to me, so it's much more. It's chi, baby. I'm in touch with the land. Everybody's got. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just one of these California things with all these idiots running around talking about all this nonsense. It to me it speaks to people at their lowest and most frightened. You know what I mean? Everyone's got a, oh, hey, man, I can see your aura, and I can tell what's going on. And, hey, listen, you know how many past lives I've had, Drew? 19. And you know what? Never a goddamn janitor. Now, I may be working for L.A. Unified now, sweeping hallways, but in the past, I was a noble.
Exactly.
I was a nobleman. I was a poet. You know, it's like, yeah, really?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Rape somebody? You know what I mean? How'd you get so effed up? You know, I mean, you know what's so funny about the whole thing about reincarnation is the theory is sort of loosely. The theory really is oh, you come back and you go up a rung on the ladder. You get higher. You know, you get better. You get to a higher place and all that kind of stuff. And we've looked in your past lives, and it turned out you were an emperor, and you were you're a poet and an artist and all this kind of stuff. You're working at IHOP now, huh? What the hell happened?
You're not reaching your full potential.
Yeah. It's funny. You were doing all this great a couple 100 years ago when you were in another body. Now you're working at the Arby's. What happened? So, using your logic, you must have really pissed off some karmic purveyor, or it's just a load of crap and you hate your job and you're kind of stupid. That's what the truth is, everybody. We'll be back after this. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. I don't know anything, Drew. I give anyone a medical degree these days. Jon Cryer is our guest tonight. Oh, jeez, I get this horrible... You know what my bad habit is? I write down things on my little notepad, like the guest's name, the title, the record, and all that stuff, and then I doodle over it.
I know.
It's horrible.
So it's gone.
900 Oneonta.
Yes.
That's right. Drew's Grammar School,
tonight.
By the way.
Nursery school.
Nursery School, which is the name of John's new play, which is over at the Odyssey Theater. You can get tickets by calling Shut Up Drew, 310-477-2055.
Let's us be a little promotional for a second here, too. Something that never occurs to us, but we're going to be at Stanford this Saturday.
Oh, yeah. This Saturday
at Stanford University. I'm giving a commencement speech at the University of Arizona School of Medicine a week from Friday, and happy to do that in Tucson.
I'll be at the Jack Tiano School of Bartending in Sherman Oaks, I think coming up on the 18th.
I am still looking for input from our listeners at drdrew.com, which is a site we're building, and we are really trying to do it around what people want. So please leave us some info there and what we can do to make that a useful site.
People don't want to hear that use sunscreen thing again.
That's what they don't want to hear. It's going to be a site dedicated to secondhand smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Laptop computer theft.
Well, and the millions of grieving people that
we will scroll through the injuries that airplane turbulence frequently cause.
Between those two, it's really it's worse than I'd say Korea, Vietnam, World War II, and World War I all put together.
Spanish influenza epidemic of 1917.
Drew, I'm going to make a note here and write Stanford down because I want to see everybody out there on when is it? Saturday?
Saturday night.
Stanford.
That's
okay.
gonna. I'm really looking forward to that.
Where in Stanford are we going to?
I have no idea. Do we ever know where that?
No, that's good. Good point there. Lizzie.
Hi.
You're 13.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just want to say, long-time listener, first-time caller, I love you guys.
Great.
And, John, hi.
Hi.
And, my problem is that, excuse me, my dad, he is, undiagnosed bipolar.
Undiagnosed?
Yeah.
You've made the diagnosis?
Well, I've gone to, I'm going to a therapist right now.
Yeah.
And, I've given the symptoms.
She's helping you make things.
She's helping me. I've got a friend who's a nurse. My doctors told me.
Okay.
And he's, my dad has gone in to, like, the HMO therapist and said, hi, I'm depressed, I'm lonely, and they've just given him antidepressants.
Yeah. That can make him, that could set him off the other way, make him manic.
Yeah. And so he was on Effexor, and they took him off of that.
Okay.
And then he was on Paxil for a while, and then they took him off of that. And now they put him on this stuff, inositol.
That's just a sugar. It's a sugar, basically.
Yeah, I heard. I did some research, and I found out it's like a B complex or something. And in all the research that I've done, there's like nothing that says anything about depression.
No, nothing. I don't know.
What is it for, Drew?
Not I don't know.
Your coffee?
No, I don't know what they'd be using it for.
Well, why is it just sugar?
I have no idea what you know what?
How do you know it's sugar?
You know what? I've read recently that they're using it to stabilize glucose metabolism. Is he tended towards diabetes?
That's what it is. It helps digest fat, get fat out of the liver, and it also regrows hair.
Yeah, so look, it has nothing to do, probably nothing to do with
fat out of the liver puts hair on your head?
Probably has nothing to do with his...
He's going to be skinny and bald and depressed.
Yeah, fatty liver is a disease, though. It's not fat the way adipose tissue sits under your skin. It's different. Your dad's not being treated, okay? He's not being treated.
No.
He has to see a psychiatrist.
Well, Lizzie is the world's smartest 13-year-old,
yes,
everybody.
Yes, way to go, Lizzie.
Said.
That's what we said?
Your screener.
Sherry said that.
Well, she's the world's smartest screener. She really is. I don't even know how old she is, but she's the world's smartest. I don't know what you were something in a past life, Sherry. I'll tell you that right now.
Lizzie was Dr. Jonas Salk.
Yeah, Lizzie. Yeah, that's wow. Do you go to private school?
No, actually, but I'm in a gifted program in public school.
Yeah. I hated those gifted kids. You know, my thing was like, let's just be honest. Let's just call the rest of us retards. You know, why do we have to give you guys a label? If we knock us all down, you will then be higher in relation to us anyway. The gifted program. Oh,
you need. Lizzie, there's only so much you can do in the world of managed care and managed whatever. People are not getting thoroughly and completely treated, and it's possible even in a proper setting he wouldn't get treated because he's not willing to get treatment.
Now, it doesn't feel like he's like going to get violent or anything like that, right?
Adam.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, we lost him.
Lizzie
good God,
hold. I'm
Liz.
Sorry. Go ahead, Lizzie. Do you think he's going to get violent?
Well, he doesn't, but he has, like, his rages and stuff.
Yeah. Is he using drugs or alcohol?
No, he doesn't. He has, like, the occasional beer, but I've never, ever seen him intoxicated.
Okay, well, Lizzie, you're all over this. You're on top of it. You're in treatment. Everything's going good with you. That's what counts right now. You cannot be responsible for your parents' mental health. It's unfortunate, and certainly when they're not healthy, it affects you dramatically, I'm sure. But stay connected with a therapist. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the pressure on to get appropriate treatment, and that's about all you can do.
Yeah,
Brittany.
I feel like I want to ask her some questions.
Yes,
I'm sure she can answer.
All right, 13. Holy Christ.
Hello, Brittany.
Hi, John. I just wanted to say that you're the greatest. I love you. You're my favorite actor.
Oh, thank you.
Pink is one of my favorite all-time movies.
Well, thank you.
And I also had a question for Dr. Drew about pregnancy tests. I had sex with my boyfriend about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he didn't actually get all the way inside of me. And he didn't ejaculate, but he's still really worried and wants me to get one. And I was wondering if you think that there's any possible chance I could be pregnant or that I should take...
Did the head of his penis get inside you?
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of the time guys have a little bit comes out that it doesn't feel like the full-flown thing, and guys can't really control it, but it happens, and so you gotta...
It's fairly concentrated in sperm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's unlikely, but it's worth checking out. And I would recommend anybody that has that experience and they don't use a condom and they're not on the pills that they use the morning after pill and not have to worry like Brittany is.
But you're probably fine.
Is that commercially available now? I know this is an issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Prevens.
What's it called?
Prevens. There's a kit you can buy, and it is available in Oregon, parts of Oregon, and Washington without a prescription.
No way.
It's working beautifully, and why the hell the rest of the country doesn't have it is...
Well, beyond political...
Well, why don't we have RU486?
I understand that.
Why?
Because that is an abortive pill.
Who cares?
Causes abortion. The morning
is abortion legal?
A morning after pill.
Is abortion legal?
Yes. In certain settings.
A whopping
yes.
Yes.
Then who cares? I mean, please. We try to make it illegal to sell retarded teens assault weapons, and people freak out in this goddamn dump of a country we're in. Please, everybody, why do people battle on this one? You should not want screwy people having screwed up kids that are then going to screw your life up. All the chances you have, all the tax money you're paying, all the chances you have of being held up at the ATM, all the chances of you being hit by someone with no insurance, all the chances of you being held up by some guy who's high on crack, and once again, these are all products of these environments. They really are. So we should not have these kids, and we should make it as easy as possible.
We should kill them in the womb.
That's right. That is
Let
right.
me restate
John, I'm so glad you're on my side.
Prevent
on this
has
one.
no relation to abortion, and in fact could eliminate abortion in this country. Could eliminate it.
Because it
suppresses ovulation.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, but
So it could be the end of abortion if this pill were properly used and distributed.
Let me explain something about religious idiots, Drew, for 1 second, very quickly.
I spoke at a Catholic.
Just shush up and listen to me.
They let me talk.
Let me explain how these whack jobs work. They're not interested in the technicalities of abortion. They're interested in shooting their fat effing mouths off all the time and writing letters to people who don't give a rat's ass. And then, by the way, doing whatever it is they're doing that's sort of amoral, but we shouldn't pay attention to that. Now, they will, if we got rid of abortion and started using this this pill that you speak of, they would shift their attention to that pill, and that would then become the new rallying point. Even though it didn't make sense.
The morning after pill?
Yes, they would still go after that.
They're already going after it. Prevents?
Oh, there you go.
They're already after it.
Because it's not based in logic. It's fat people that have too much time to write letters.
No, what it is it's market share. They don't want to lose market share.
Right. Couldn't they just argue that it makes teens have sex?
Yeah, that'd be the next angle. Yeah, you get hold of these, and it's like get out of jail free cop.
Sex apology.
That's right. You're just saying rape me. Terry.
Hi.
You're 32.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, I just want to say that, I've been listening to you guys for years, and I think you guys are very insightful and funny. I have a couple problems. I'm married, and...
Paul's from Boston these days. Yeah?
What's that?
Nothing.
You from Boston?
No, I'm from Rhode Island, actually.
Oh, well.
See that, Drew?
It was New England.
All right, so what's going on?
Well, one thing is, we've been, we're married, and we've been married for about 5 months now, and it's kind of weird, but my wife doesn't take her clothes off. Like,
well, it's cold there, isn't it?
Well, she's pretty and all that, and I, she turns me on and all that, but she doesn't, she won't take her clothes off no matter what.
Well, she's ashamed and she's not comfortable with how she looks. Somebody shamed her.
Or maybe she's not a she.
Somebody no.
Just a thought, just a little fear to insert in your mind. No, that's terrible.
Somebody shamed her along the way, and it sticks.
Yeah, for women, are so taught to revile their bodies. It's
it's awful. Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, there's one of two choices here, Terry.
Yeah.
Either somebody did something to her, asked her to take her clothes off, or did something to her once upon a time when she was younger that really made her feel vulnerable and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or she's 15 pounds overweight, comes from a conservative family, and just feels a little funky.
Yeah, I think it's the first. I've tried to do things to make her feel comfortable and stuff like that.
Right. Okay, so
she's attractive and stuff like that.
How long have you been with her?
For about 7 months total.
It may settle down over time. You got to really be gentle.
Have any other problems? I mean, does she ever cry when you're making love or anything like that?
No, I just it's if I just want to see a part of her or something like that, or
take one sock off, hon. Is that you just got to go in little bits. I'm serious. I know that sounds stupid, but
she shuts the light off and runs in under the covers.
Yeah, or if we're having sex, she'll just keep her dress on or something like that and pull it up and just and or I'll never get to see her. I've never seen her naked.
Well, also, you do, by the way, have to say to her, look, this isn't, because is it a deal breaker in the relationship?
Well, it's just, I'm not used to that,
Well, did you say you're married?
Yeah.
Ooh,
you two have been married for 7 months?
We've been married for about 5 months.
For about 5 months. So you got married 2 months after you met?
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty fast.
Damn.
Yeah. Listen, y'all. This is why you should give it at least 2.5 months before you get married.
That extra 2-week window would have made the difference.
Yeah, I don't want to scare Terry.
Why are you wearing the prairie skirt to bed?
Too much. Yeah, can you take the hoop off? I know it makes the dress look better when you're lying down. But
the truss, the elaborate system of trusses, could go by the wayside.
I think I got tetanus from it last night. It's starting to rust. The thing is. I'm smelling some issues here.
Oh, yeah.
And
they may not be bad.
They may not be real bad, but she refuses, to get... He's never seen her naked.
Yeah,
and either there's a horrible scarring on her back, or somebody made her feel uncomfortable at some point, and he suspects that. And you just don't pressure her, but
take it easy.
Talk, and don't talk about the nudity. Listen, everybody, don't argue over the last step. Argue over what got you started on that path.
Yeah.
When you're standing at the fork. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't argue over the nudity part. Talk to her about a little therapy, a little feelings, a little, what went on and why she feels uncomfortable. Jon Cryer here. We'll take a little break.
Chronically masturbate. You don't have to worry about that. Just worry about the feelings under that, Adam. Okay?
I was at therapy today, Drew.
Did you talk to him?
No, I did not talk to him about that.
Pathetic.
Listen, I had a little breakthrough today, my friend.
Yeah, what'd you talk about?
I talked about my family, my mother.
For the first
situation.
time?
No, I've always talked about that.
And?
I had a little breakthrough.
Tell us. After the breakthrough,
please.
After the break.
Okay. You know what I did tell him, though? I pay him $90. Yeah. I told him, you know what? I had a breakthrough today. I think you get $120. And he said, oh, hey, that's great. I said, yeah, you should. And then I stopped and I went, come to think about it, I give you $90 every time. We have plenty of $65 days. So I think it kind of evened out. Okay. We'll be back.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline, I'll be right back.
Hey, I'm done. Hello. Hey, this is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew's the board-certified one.
That is Adam Carolla, Mr. Breakthrough.
Thank you very much. Jon Cryer is our guest tonight. Jon is in a play over at the Odyssey Theater, and it's called Oneonta.
Oh.
Yes, 900 Oneonta. There you have it. And it's an Indian name. I think it's an Indian tribe. And this is a play for people that don't get out much. This is an amazing play, this
for
play.
For the hermits.
310 is the number you can call. 477-2055. Get yourself some tickets. Again, it's the Odyssey Theater, and it's in Los Angeles. And I know we have a lot of folks listening in different parts of the country. You may want to fly in for this one. It is worth it. Marissa.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, you're 21.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I have some friends over right now. We've all been, having some to drink, and two of my best friends are in the back room together.
Two girls?
Yeah.
Ow!
No, it's not out. These are my friends. That's like...
That wasn't me, by the way. It sounded
sure.
It wasn't, I swear.
Sound effect, right?
It was merely an effect.
Well, who was it? Drew? Come on.
Yes,
do it again, Mike.
Ow! See, this is what I'm saying.
Carrot Top.
It was Carrot Top.
Oh, that was Carrot Top. Yeah. I'm often mistaken for Carrot Top.
Oh, yeah.
At any rate, wow, that's freaky.
Yeah.
And so they're really getting it on in there?
It sure does sound like it.
Really? Hey, could you go over that way?
No.
Come on, put the phone over there.
I'd have to charge you for that.
All right, fine. My God. Hey, Mike,
is she okay
put that
over
on
there?
cassette, would you? I want to bring that home. Hey, so... All right. So you're confused, angry, betrayed, horny? What are you?
Well, I really don't know what to think. I'm not like a full-blown like homophobic or anything, but I kind of have a problem with this.
Well, yeah.
I know they aren't like totally like into chicks. I had no idea they were into chicks until tonight. So I don't know.
How did it come about?
I don't know if it's just something. They just got like really extremely drunk tonight or what.
Are they really good friends?
We've all known each other since like elementary school.
Are they really drunk?
Let me ask again.
They're not that drunk.
Are they really good friends?
Yeah, they're really good friends.
Oh, okay.
They're really good friends.
All right.
Well, obviously.
I had no idea they were this close.
All right. So you're kind of freaked out. Listen, I got to tell you, I have some good male buddies who I've known for a long time, and if two of them went in a room and started some kind of daisy chain, I'd be kind of freaked out too.
Exactly.
I really would. More about the furniture, really, the carpeting, than about them. But I understand. That's pretty freaky.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What do you do now? Hey, come on, go over there and bang on the door.
I know, that's the thing. We're in the midst of the act. I mean, we're live. We could do something. We could call the cops. I don't know.
No, I don't really think so. I think we'd have to, charge for that or something. It sounds like it's really hot.
All right, do you have a portable phone? Seriously.
But I have a portable. I'm on a portable phone.
All right, now here's what I'd like you to do.
No.
Just listen to me.
I think she's making this up.
I think you're making it up, too. Mm-hmm. And the only way I'm not going to think you're making it up is if you walk over.
I would never. I'd feel so embarrassed.
Baby.
I don't even want to see my friends.
Hold on.
However they are.
Listen to me. I'm not telling you to put a strap-on on.
No.
I'm telling you to walk over to the door and just set the phone down by the closed door right at the bottom where the crack is. That's all. That's all I want.
No.
Go do it. Is the door closed?
What?
The door's closed, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, I want you to take your shoes off.
No.
Take your shoes off.
Why do I have to take my shoes off?
Because I don't want them to hear you coming in those big ugly clogs you wear.
The only people I'm going to hear coming are them. I do not want to go over to the door. It's disgusting.
Listen to me.
No.
You understand I'm a scientist?
You're not a scientist.
I'm not
You're
scientist.
a normal guy.
All right.
Has these smart lines.
Listen, Jon Cryer is a famous actor.
Mm-hmm. John, no.
Yes.
I don't care.
You have to trust
me. All right,
me.
well, Marissa, I have to let you go then.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
I'm telling you to take your shoes off. I'm telling you to walk over there on the balls of your feet very gingerly, and I want you to set the phone down right at the crack of the door.
Adam, I do not want to
All right, well, then I've had enough of you. I don't believe her. Do you?
Yeah,
She's like making jokes.
I believe her.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, well, what should she do? It's kind of freaky.
It's freaky, but it's about her. It's not about them. They're not freaked.
I know,
They're
but
fine.
All right, it does kind of change
It
things.
upsets your world, though.
Well, it's her perception of all kinds of things, and she shouldn't be so freaked out. It's just
it's very threatening to find
friends
that
are just
kind
a
of
little
stuff
different than she. Yeah, but hey, these days,
Drew, remember when me and you were going at it, and Engineer Mike didn't want to come in the studio?
He was
and how
freaked.
tense it was for a while, but then we all hugged and cried and talked about it.
These guys I'm serious, John. I'm a witness right here, Jon Cryer. They went to the same bathroom together. Now, I was stunned. My mouth dropped open, and I'll just lay that out there. I'm just saying it.
Go look at that bathroom before you conclude what happened today. It's not exactly a sword fight.
Well, it may not have been a sword fight, but I know you guys were trading makeup tips.
Gay.
Let me tell you what happened after John's mouth dropped open, too, by the way. Let's just say hi to a couple of people because they've been on hold for way too long. Lauren?
Yeah?
Your mom, you're 15. Your mom wants full custody and to forbid her from seeing Dad.
Right.
Very upset.
Is Dad a criminal?
No, Dad. Well.
Okay, maybe Mom's right.
Is Dad a bad guy?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Mm-hmm.
How long's it been since he was a bad guy?
Geez, let's see, I'm 15. So it's been since I was about 8.
All right.
Well, it's been good since I was about 8.
Is she vengeful? She want to get back at him for something?
No.
She's trying to protect you from something.
This is what happened. My parents, my dad was very abusive towards my mom.
Physically?
Yes, physically. And emotionally sometimes, but my mom was like, they were fighting.
Right.
And my dad would break out in rages.
Right. Has your dad got any help for this?
No.
He hasn't?
My dad goes way back to, his parents.
Of course.
And he had it worse than I did. So, but I was never physically abused. I saw this happening, which is scarring emotionally.
Yes,
okay, but listen, I'm sorry I have to cut you off because we're out of show, but if your dad was physically abusive to your mom and rageful and he hasn't got any help or therapy or whatever,
Same guy.
I'm with your mom on this one. I agree. Henry?
Yeah.
You've been on hold for 68 minutes. You're 15 years old. We're out of show, buddy.
Oh.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though, Henry. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you John's home number. No, we're gonna put you on hold, and you'll be first up tomorrow night.
Serious?
Serious, brother.
Well, that's awesome.
All right, Henry. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
All right. And, hey, why don't we talk to Lauren?
Yeah?
We'll put you up tomorrow night, too, all right?
Okay.
All right, get Lauren and maybe even Scott.
Yeah.
15?
Yeah.
You want to hold for a half hour. All right, so you wait on hold for 35 minutes tomorrow night, and then we'll talk to you. That'll be 65 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
All right, hold on, brother. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be back. All righty. We're saying bye to Jon Cryer. We're saying bye to you. And, John, is always a pleasure.
Hey, the pleasure is mine. Damn it.
Isn't John just one of the easiest guys in the world?
Yeah, this is the 37th time he's been on the show, too.
Don't be condescending, bro. I'm just saying. John's easy. He's got a great vibe to him.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, you can see us play at the Odyssey Theater. The number for that Odyssey Theater is 310-477-2055. Please go out and support John. He's a friend of the show. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please listen to this station longer.